There's two times you will actually hear about a black swan event. You'll hear about it as a history event, like March of 2020 was one of the biggest black swans that we've had in recent memory. You'll hear about a black swan like that like years later. And you will hear about a black swan like now, when we were ranging at a really, really low range. Everyone thought we were gonna go lower and we didn't. That's the second time that you'll hear about a black swan. And let me translate this for you. What this means really, bears thought that we were going to go lower. And they placed their bets that we were going to go lower. Then we did not go lower. And they were wrong on a fundamental level, on a technical level, and there is nothing in the market that shows that there's any hope for their trade turning around. So what they go to, instead of using logic, data, and reason, they go to, let's hope for a calamity, some catastrophe event in order to save my trade. That is the main time when you will hear about a black swan. Let me tell you the two times that you will never hear about a black swan. You will never hear about a black swan before a black swan actually happens. You're not going to hear about a black swan before one actually happens, because by very definition, it's a thing that no one could predict or foresee coming. And then time number two that you're never going to hear about a black swan is when it's actually happening. So no one called the C-19 crash a black swan until months and years later. 9 times out of 10, when you hear about a black swan, it's from the bears who are wrecked at the present moment in time, and they're just hoping and praying that things turn around. And 9 times out of 10 too, when we actually do get a black swan, it's not a sign of things to get worse, it's a sign of a bottom happening. In Wyckoff, usually the black swan is what you would call a spring, which is actually most times like a V bottom. Rarely do you get a black swan and then you just continue to go lower. That's not how things work.